Hey there, welcome back to Marketing Matchmaker. Can you believe that we are wrapping up another year? I mean, seriously, where has this year gone? For me, it has seemed like a rapid speed of a year. I don't know about you. And I have a quick question for you. How has this past year gone for you? Are you exactly where you wanted to be by now? Did you crush those goals? Are you celebrating your year-end wins, feeling unstoppable, hitting all of those expected revenues? Or are you alike? Or are you like a lot of my clients who just maybe not quite got there? If you're feeling like there's room for improvement, especially when it comes to growing your business, then you are in the right place, my friend. This episode might just be what you need to set yourself up for a rock solid next year. Let's start things off with a quick story. Picture this: a small business owner, maybe a little like you, launches their dream venture. And at first, it is awesome. Clients are flooding in. It feels like every referral brings a little more success. And they're thinking, wow, this is easy. Why don't more people do this? But then things slow down. Those referrals start to dry up, and suddenly it's like you're stuck on a treadmill. You are running, but you're never really getting anywhere. Does that sound familiar? Here's the deal. Referrals are amazing and absolutely should be part of your business. They're kind of like a warm hug from your happy client saying, "You're awesome and I want everyone to know it." But depending on those referrals alone, that's a risky move because referrals can be unpredictable. They come when they come, or maybe they don't come at all. And let's be honest, building your empire growth strategy on other people's timing, yeah, that's not exactly a recipe for successfully scaling your business. So today we're diving into why relying solely on word of mouth might be costing you the growth that you're looking for. More importantly, we're going to talk about how you can create a predictable lead pipeline, a system that works for you, not the other way around. Think of it like setting up a consistent supply of your dreamy, ideal clients on your terms. Kind of sounds good, doesn't it? All right, let's start by talking about referrals and why, as much as we love them, they can sometimes be a trap. Don't get me wrong, referrals are amazing. Their referrals can come from both past clients as well as referral partners, and they're both a way for people to express their love of who you are and what you do. They're kind of like getting that glowing review from someone who's already bought from you and wants everyone to buy from you. But here's the thing. Depending on referrals leaves you on shaky ground. It's like playing the lottery every month, expecting to win big, and it's not a way to create predictable, sustainable growth in your business. Referrals can really almost be a trap for business owners. They're very unpredictable. They come in on their timeline, not yours. Let's be honest. I'm sure as a business owner, you have been networking, or at least I hope you have, because that is an important part of marketing your business. And you've probably met with a ton of people. How many referrals have you gotten from them? Also, from past clients who love you. When do those referrals come in? That's the problem with being solely dependent on word of mouth marketing. It is an unpredictable process. You can't control when someone decides to recommend you, or if they even recommend you at all. One month, you might have a ton of leads, and the next month, crickets. Referrals also only go as far as your current network goes, and maybe their extended circle. And while your cousin's best friend's neighbor might love your product, service, or solution, they probably aren't connecting you to untapped markets, to people who don't already know who you are, what you do, and who you serve, and to markets that are full of potential clients, which then leaves you at the risk of stagnating, because at some point you will hit a plateau. Referrals dry up, even if it's only for a short time. And if there's no system in place to continuously bring in new leads and new buyers, your growth will kind of grind to a halt, which then leaves you on that revenue roller coaster. When leads aren't coming in consistently, your cash flow starts to look like a theme park ride. Lots of ups and downs, and none of it predictable. And that's not the kind of ride you want to be on when you're running a business. I want to tell you a quick story about something that's a little closer to home. My youngest son and some of his friends have jumped into the world of business in this past year. Now, my son has an inside scoop because, well, he's kind of got a mom who might know a thing or two about marketing and business. But his friends, let's just say they're figuring it out as they go. And one of them opened up their business earlier this year and started out really strong. He told his family, his friends, his neighbors, everyone he knew, and boom, he had clients pouring in. He was busy, and he thought that he didn't need to do anything else. I mean, honestly, who needs all the fancy marketing stuff when you're getting all of this business by doing pretty much nothing? But then things started to change. A few months later, that flood of business slowed down to a trickle, and weeks went by with no clients. And he started to ask my son what to do now. Where did he go wrong? The reality is he built his entire business on his circle of influence, word of mouth. While that's an awesome way to start, it's a really tough way to sustain and grow. Referrals helped him launch his business, but without a predictable system to bring in new clients, his business hit a wall. And it became a matter of figuring out how to consistently bring in clients so that he was booked out for months ahead rather than this roller coaster that we can be on. Relying on referrals alone puts a ceiling on your growth. It's like running a marathon without training. You might make it a few miles, but eventually you're gonna hit a point where it's just not working anymore. And honestly, you deserve better than just getting by. And if you have an online business, there is an untapped universe out there of cold audiences that could be your exact identical clients. That's why in this episode, we're exploring how to build something that doesn't just work for a few months. We want to set you up for a long-term sustainable success and move from unpredictable to unstoppable. So we've talked about the risks of relying on referrals alone. Let's pivot a second and focus on what actually works to keep those leads rolling in on a regular basis. This is all about building a predictable lead generation pipeline. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, pipeline sounds like corporate jargon and I don't have time for that, or it's not something that I need in my small business, don't worry. I am breaking this down into plain English and keeping it simple because that's exactly what I love to do with my clients. And I will tell you that your pipeline doesn't need to be complicated. It just needs to be a process, a system, and something that is predictable. It is a way of saying a repeatable process that helps you attract your ideal clients, nurture them, and convert them into paying customers. It's like having a really well-oiled machine working in the background, steadily bringing you potential clients without that randomness of waiting for a referral or that roller coaster of cash flow. Unlike referrals, you are in the driver's seat. You are in control of who you're targeting, how you're reaching them, and when they show up, which can really make it easy for you to grow your business and scale. So the question then becomes, I'm sure for most of you, how do I build one? Let's break it down into bite-sized steps because nobody's got time for an overly complicated plan. And I think people make this so much more complicated than it needs to be. So step one, identify your ideal clients. That is first thing. You need to know exactly who you want to work with. If your target audience is anyone who will pay me, we need to have a serious chat. So when you think about your ideal clients, you're going to look at your demographics, their age, their location, their job title, those things that are more static in nature, and what it is that they maybe speak to themselves about. You're also wanting to look at their psychographics, which include things like, what are they struggling with? What keeps them up at night? What are their goals? What do they want to achieve? And most importantly, how can you help them get there? You need to get incredibly specific here. The more you know about your ideal customers, the easier it is to attract them. Think about it like dating. If you know who and what you're looking for, it's easier to swipe right for those matches or left for those mismatches. Then you're going to establish your lead magnet. It's time to give those people that you know a reason to pay attention. That's where a lead magnet comes in. A lead magnet is something valuable that you offer for free in exchange for their contact info, usually an email address. Could be also a phone number. It can be things like a cheat sheet, a checklist, a quick start guide, a webinar, a video series, a podcast series, an ebook, resource of some kind. It could also be something like a free phone call. Whatever it is, it should be able to solve a small problem and give them a taste of what working with you is really like. The goal here is to help them get into your pipeline so that you can then build that relationship. I've said this over and over in almost every podcast. Marketing is about creating relationships. This is step 2 of that creation. Then step 3, when you are really looking to scale, you're looking to go to that next level. Kind of about using paid ads strategically. I know it can be scary to spend money. It feels like a gamble, but it doesn't have to be. When done right, paid ads are to things like lead magnets, pull in your dream clients straight to you. And not only that, but they allow you to reach audiences that you never would have reached to begin with. So to start with paid ads, you're looking at things like what platform is best for you. And that's going to be down to who you are, what you do, and who you serve. Each platform is a little more specific about what it is and who they reach. So things like Google or Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, we could go on. All of these platforms are specific to an audience and allow you to reach people in a way that they can hear. Then we look at our targeting. You use the info from your step 1, so that ideal client profile, to target exactly who you want to reach. You're also using very clear messaging to hit them where they're paying attention. And then test it. Run some small tests first. Ads are not a set it and forget it. Please take that out of your vocabulary. It is never a good idea to set up ads and walk away forever. You want to see what's working, tweak it, repeat the process until you find that opportunity to hit your audience and bring them in. Even then, your ads can run their course and you have to start over again. Ads are a very powerful way to scale your business, but only if you do it right. Otherwise, you can spend a lot of money for not a lot of ROI. So keep an eye on your budget. Start small and scale up once you see results, or hire someone that can do it for you if you are financially in a position to do that. Step 4 is all about email marketing. And I know so many people say email marketing is dead. It is not, my friends, I promise you. Once you've got your email, you can't just leave them hanging. This is where marketing really comes into play. I had a client come to me once and he had a list of over 15,000 people. And only about 1% of those people had bought from him. When we started to nurture that email list and then start to sell to it, we doubled his monthly revenue in just 60 days. That's the power of using email marketing in a strategic way, in a way that's going to help you grow and scale. You can absolutely hit big numbers of business without it. And I will tell you right now that when you add it in, it just doubles, triples, and quadruples your results. So create a welcome series, a few automated emails that introduce you, provides value, builds trust, sells them into whatever your product, service, or solution is. It's kind of like a first date. We don't go for that hard sell right away. We definitely want to warm them up a little bit before we sell to them. And we definitely want to sell to them in those emails. Also, make sure to have regular touch points for those people that aren't ready to buy right away. They might need to warm up a little longer. That first 7 to 12 days, you're going to get a handful of people that will buy from you almost immediately. And then you're going to get those other people that need to think about it for a while. The last step here is to leverage your social media content in a way that attracts your ideal client outside of paid traffic. Social media, blogs, videos, podcasts, whatever works for your audience to help provide them with the ability to connect with you. The key here is all about consistency. It's about showing up regularly with valuable, engaging content. Also with sales content. And yes, there's a difference between the two. If you're not sure where to start with your content, answer some common questions, share some tips, give behind the scenes peek into your business. Over time, that builds trust and positions you as the go-to person in your field. This is what helps to start bringing in consistency in your buyers, not just your looker-loos. The idea of building out a lead generation pipeline can seem like a lot, but it doesn't have to be. It's about creating a system that works for you. Once you've got it set up, you're really going to wonder why you ever relied solely on referrals to begin with. Here's the hard truth. Referrals are amazing and they are completely unpredictable. So depending on them alone will limit the growth of your business. And sometimes they can leave you stuck on that dreaded revenue roller coaster where you're just hitting those highs and lows and never knowing month to month what your revenue is going to end up being. Setting up a predictable lead generation pipeline is the game changer you need. It creates consistent, scalable opportunities to attract and convert your ideal clients. You don't have to overhaul everything overnight. Pick one thing from the 5 steps that I gave you today. Whether it's creating a lead magnet, maybe setting up an ad to attract your audience, or building a simple email sequence. Sit down and think about it, map it out, create something that will allow you to start bringing in those leads consistently. The bottom line here is that you can create a business that grows on your terms with a lead pipeline. One that doesn't rely on waiting for someone else to send you a lead next week. I would love to hear your thoughts on today's episode. Hop over to my social media, Virtual Marketing Expert, and let me know what you think, or even better, leave a review. What's one thing you're going to start doing differently after listening today? And if you're feeling stuck, don't worry. You don't have to figure this out alone. Head over to yourmarketingmatchmaker.com and schedule your free 30-minute strategy call. I promise by the end of our chat, you'll walk away with at least one actionable step to help you grow your business, increase your revenue, and scale your impact. Remember, marketing isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right things. So let's get you set up for success in the next year. Thanks for tuning in to Marketing Matchmakers. Until next time, keep marketing, keep growing, and keep making magic in your business, because you've got this. Thank you for listening to the Marketing Matchmaker podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love to hear your feedback. Please head over to Apple, iTunes, and leave a review so we can hear from you. And if you are a coach, consultant, or online course creator who are looking to grow your business, increase your income, and scale your impact, connect with me at yourmarketingmatchmaker.com. I look forward to hearing from you.